sitting at home doing some reviews of my many fragrance sample size. Let me turn my camera down because I'm not trying to be the star of the show. The fragrances. So I've already sprayed this paper. This is a in full bloom blush. Kate Spade, New York. Already sprayed the paper just a few minutes ago. And I'm already getting what I'm going to talk about in the base in a minute. Let me just say this is a pretty fragrance. It came out in 2019, and that's a pretty little white sample size bottle, but I'd like to be able to see what's in there. However, when I got it, I must have really liked it at the time too. And this was in the cold weather. I know I got it around Christmas time in one of those big sampler boxes that you buy from Dillard's. I got myself one of those, and this was in it. Anyhow, I must have, liked it then too because there's hardly anything in it. This is a nice smell. What do I have to say about this? First, let's just say it came out in 2019, and the notes are, let's see, what were they calling it on here? They're calling it a floral fruity fragrance. So the notes for this are top notes of lemon, red fruits, and green tea. The middle notes are rose petals, peony, and lotus, and the base notes are white woods, musk, cedar, and peach. I would say that this is probably moderate on both sillage and longevity. And as I read through the reviews on here, I see people saying, oh, basically it's nothing to write home about. It doesn't turn my head. Well, I'm going to disagree with them. And obviously, like I said, I liked it. There's hardly, pretty much nothing in here, hardly. Spray it again because I'm now getting a little bit of the dry down on this paper. You know how it dries a little more quickly on paper than it does with the oils and stuff on our skin. And I like the dry down on it, by the way, the base notes. This is a pretty fragrance. And I think it's even prettier as it dries down. You definitely get that lemon pop, the citrusy with the tea smell, which makes it that initially. I could see how people are saying, oh, nothing to write home about because, lemon is nice. It's just fresh citrus pop. And green tea is just so mellow, as we all know. I always think of like a spa setting with the green tea smell almost. But the red fruits, it's a little juicy up top. But this quickly, in my opinion, turns into a very nice, in the middle anyway, nice soft version of a rose fragrance. And I like rose, but I know that a lot of people aren't crazy about rose. If you're somebody who's, on the line about rose, like you like it, but it can't be too strong of a rose, or some people associate rose with more mature. I've heard some people say for whatever reason. If you're on the line about rose, this is a rose that you could handle. This is a watery, soft rose. Think of the wateriness with the lotus and the green tea. That initial zingy lemon, it is not overwhelming. It's not like too sharp, and it just very quickly goes into that watery rose petals is what tea and rose petals. But what I really like, now I got to reweight again, in my opinion anyway, with the base notes did I already read the notes to you guys? I think I did. Let's do it again. Top notes, lemon, red fruits, green tea. Middle notes, rose petals, peony, lotus. Base notes, white woods, musk, cedar, and peach. And it's a very gentle musk, and the white woods and cedar together with the peach. I have found that, fragrance for everybody is just so in your head. Association is a big thing. And I have certain instances in my life, which I don't need to tell the stories, but I love the smell of like either orange or peach, but like peach with wood. The dry down to this is what's so pretty to me. And you still get the watery rose. It's a rose that I can handle. It's not an overbearing rose. This is a gentle rose. But most intriguing to my senses is the peach. I mean, by the way, the lemon is still in there. It's not like it totally dissipates altogether, but it's just not, it's definitely not overly sharp or anything. But most appealing to my senses is that the peach and the woody smell. And of course, a gentle musk. You know, everybody knows that musk can be too much, and definitely sounds, in my opinion, musk can be like drugstore-ish. You're either usually like a big musk fan or not. But when it's a gentle musk, it has like gentle sexiness, but it's mainly the peach and the woodiness, like smelling good and peachy out in the woods, walking with your man, or even, well, I have a story about somebody, a dude who was drinking a peach beverage and was smelling quite good himself, and my brain kind of goes in that direction. For me, the dry down is it on this. Yeah, definitely. But if I had to sum it up, they called it what, a floral fruity. I would say it's a fruity, watery rose. It's a manageable rose. It's a pretty rose. It's a delicate rose fragrance, not an overbearing rose fragrance. But more importantly, it's peachy woods. And I feel like I like the idea of having the peachy woody smell linger on my skin. So on one side, you're having people saying it didn't turn their head or anything. If you want to interpret that in a good way, this isn't a fragrance that's going to be offensive either. It may not have turned their heads or made them right home, but on that same note, it can also mean it's not going to be like boom on people who are not necessarily fragrance people, like not too much in their face. Um, like I said, that tea with the rose is like almost like more of a spa, calm rose, but yeah, that white woods, the base, white woods, musk, cedar, peach is fruity, woodsy, delicious to me, and kind of sexy, sensual. And that would be the positive things that I have to say about this fragrance. I have to count. I have so many different perfumes. I have to count my pennies. I'm not sure if I would go buy a full bottle just because I have so many fragrances, but you know, I might. And if I would definitely be happy if I received it as a gift. And my brain is always thinking about who I'm around too. And I feel like wearing this fragrance around the right male could be um, enjoyable. Yep. So that's what I have to say about In Full Bloom Blush, Kate Spade, New York. Bye bye.